guys, kia ora whanau. Welcome to the next video, or series of videos really. Not sure how I'm going to do this, but anyway, let's start it off this way. Now this is day one of my coast to coast trip. So the plan is to be in Cairns by the end of July, which I'm pretty confident is doable, and I'm going to try and do as much as possible free camping, or low cost camping at least. So coast to coast, so I've done Broome. I did a couple of weeks in Broome, and then I've done Derby with JFNZ, and then I've done the Gibb River Road. So essentially I've done Broome all the way through to just short of Kununurra, and then of course we went back to Broome, back to Derby, and then today I've left Derby and I'm doing some 350 kilometres to my first stop. So day one we'll knock off 350 odd kilometres, stopping at a cliffside rest stop is planned for today. So we're about 250 kilometres to go. We'll probably refuel at Fitzroy Crossing, or top up at Fitzroy Crossing. Alright, so the plan over the next 3 or 4 weeks is to get to Cairns via, at this stage I'm leaning towards the Savannah Way, but I'll make that decision once I'm into the Northern Territory, and probably the last place I can decide whether I'm going to do it or not will be Delhi Waters. So here we go.
She don't need promises, she just wants the truth. She brings the calm just like a quiet prayer fills the room. Kisses like Sunday, fights like Friday night, and I'd go to hell and back just to hold her tight. She slips right through my hands, shows up like nothing's changed. Yeah, she's wild when she wants, like she's never coming down. There's a storm in her blood, but I see heaven in her brown eyes. It kills me every time. She don't belong to anyone. She's a little bit mine. Dancing like no one's watching, barefoot spinning round. A firecracker 4th of July, she's moving at the speed of sound. She makes it look so easy as she walks away. Can't help but wonder what will make her stay. She slips right through my hands, wonder if she'll ever change. Yeah, she's wild when she wants, like she's never coming down. There's a storm in her blood, but I see heaven in her brown eyes. Oh, it kills me every time. Yeah, she don't belong to anyone. She's a little bit mine. see heaven in her brown eyes. Oh, it kills me every time. She don't belong anymore. She's a little bit mine. She's a little bit mine. Just a little bit mine.
So, coast to coast, day one. This is the first camp of the coast to coast trip, and I am parked up on the cliffs, and I'll tell you where it is in a second. Now, something cliffs, it's a rest area anyway, but you can see over the other side where people are camped. So yeah, this is where I'll be tonight. It's quite awesome, really. I've been past here a couple of times. Ngumban Cliffs is where I am. So awesome landscape. This is where I'll camp tonight. I've only got a short drive tomorrow, but I'll talk about that in the morning. More than day two of my coast to coast trip, heading for Cairns. So today I'm just going to go an hour up the road. Why? Basically because it's Saturday. I didn't fancy doing a long trip on Saturday. Means I can take my time this morning getting up, making my phone calls, and I decided to have a cooked breakfast this morning. So I had bacon and eggs. And I can just generally be lazy today, and make my way an hour down the road to a place called Mary Pools. Last night camped on the Ngumban Cliffs, overlooking the Fitzroy catchment area in the Kimberleys. Sam's fun fact, it's one of the highest roadside lookouts in the southern Kimberley. The lookout is about 302 metres above sea level, giving sweeping views across the vast Kimberley plains. It's famous for sunsets, and it's close to the famous Kimberley Caves. The caves are only about 10 minutes away and are known for their ancient limestone formations and strong cultural significance to the local people. I'm not going to go and have a look at Kimberley Caves. We were thinking about it when we came off the Gib, but you can only do it on a tour. The tour's about $80, and I'd rather save that for the Katherine Gorge, to be honest. So yeah, that's me for today. It's just a short trip up the road, and then a lazy day, basically. Okay, so I'm going to clean up, potter around, and then maybe get on the road a little later. Oh, it's only a little bit down the road, only. But I've pulled up at a place called Marypool. Essentially another roadside stop. They have all of these 24-hour stops on the national highway between sort of Broome and Katherine. They're essentially rest areas, but you can stop up for 24 hours. But they're quite big and they're quite well maintained. So Marypool is where I'm at. I got here early, thought I'd get a good spot. But there's people everywhere. So, like it was at the cliffs, they're all starting to roll in, as you can see. But it's on the banks of the Mary River. I was hoping to get a spot overlooking the river, but not that there's much water in it. But those spots were already taken, so I'm sort of back a bit over there. Just ran into a guy that's on a tour from Christchurch. Yeah, so he lives in Kashmir, and him and his wife both work for Ngāi Tahu, or used to work for Ngāi Tahu, separately. Don't know what they were doing, but anyway. It's the second person I've met, or second lot of people I've met from Christchurch that have been on one of these tours. So that was there's a tour bus back there, heading to Fitzroy Crossing this morning. So this is the Mary River. I don't know if anyone's swimming. I don't know if it's worth throwing a line in or not, doesn't look like it. Morning, day 3, coast to coast, and I'm heading to a place called Saddle Creek, so about 4 hours on the road today. Yesterday was a really chill day, only an hour on the road, and then I just hung around and went for a walk down to the Marypool on the Mary River here, and then yeah, just sat back and relaxed. Sam's fun fact: so Marypool, where I am, is on the Mary River, and the Mary River Pool is on the Victoria Highway, and is one of the few permanent waterholes along this stretch of the Victoria Highway, making it a vital refuge for wildlife during the long dry season. So a lot of the creeks you cross are all dry. They're all dry creek beds when you go over the bridges. And the Mary River here is not a river as such. It's not flowing. It's just in this part there's a permanent waterhole. So yeah, a lot of evidence of animals around, although I didn't see any this morning. But yeah, that's what it's about. Alright, I'm going to clean up and get on the road this morning. Sometimes it's frustrating, right? I came up on a convoy of 3 vans. They're obviously travelling together. number one van is out about, I don't know, 200 metres in front of the second van. The second and third van bunched up. So the decision to overtake means you've got to make a decision to overtake two of them. Right? Because there's no gap in between them to pull in. So you need a much longer passing straight, which is fine. Except, get to a big long straight, they speed up. I know this because I got adaptive cruise control, so I can see the change in speed. Anyway, then so I'm right up behind them, and I can see someone coming up behind me, so do the right thing, put a gap in. They come up behind me, call me on the radio, hey, I'm going to come past, get straight, yep, all good. And then they start coming around, so I back right off, they come past, and it's a truck with a caravan, so now I've got 4 caravans in front of me. So, yeah, you can see that he's frustrated as well, because these two dickheads are right up close to each other, so he's also got to make a decision on passing 2 vans instead of 1, so anyway. We're coming into Halls Creek now, so hopefully it sorts itself out. Here we go for another border crossing into the NT. We're back into the Northern Territory. I'm about to lose an hour and a half. No quarantine issues going this way, so it's straight through. There's no quarantine check WA into the NT. That's where I was. There's a quarantine station over there where I was checked. Coming into WA, so yeah, NT, here we come. That was a longer day than I anticipated, about 6 hours on the road, and of course I lost an hour and a half crossing the border. I'm now at Saddle Creek rest area. I actually stayed here on the way over to WA, as you might remember. Not a bad little spot for a night. Of course, tomorrow I'll be into Katherine, and I've booked into a caravan park there for 3 nights. So plug in and unhook. First time I will have plugged in geez, 3 weeks. So that's all good. Morena, day 4. Day 4 of the coast to coast trip. So yesterday I had a bigger day than I thought I was going to have. I thought I was going to be 4.5 on the road. I ended up being 6. And pulled into a camp that I've camped at before, called, oh God, something creek. It's called Saddle Creek, that's it. So yeah, it's at the Saddle Creek, just a little rest stop. I got in probably about 4 o'clock, so it was already quite full, but I managed to snag a spot at the end. I woke up this morning, there's people parked in the middle and all sorts, so I was lucky to get a spot when I did. So yeah, so it was a big day on the road yesterday. Today I'm into Katherine, and I've got a caravan park booked for 3 nights, because I was going to do the Katherine Gorge. But yesterday I was online trying to book a tour, and yeah, booked out until all of the tours, every single tour into the Katherine Gorge is booked out until I think the earliest one I could have got was the 12th of July, so that's too late. So I'm not sure what I'll do in Katherine yet. There's a couple other things you can go and see. I do need to dash up to Darwin, so I'll probably do that day after tomorrow. I need to get a couple of parts for the caravan, a new shelf for the fridge, and a couple of clips for the awning that have broken over the last couple of weeks. And there's a really good parts shop in Darwin, so I've got to go there, and I've got to pick up a parcel, so it's about a 2.5 hour run into Darwin, so without the van on, speed limit of 130. I'll fire on up there. So yeah, I'm in the NT, so I crossed the border yesterday in the NT. So Sam's fun fact, the population of Darwin is 250,000 people. It makes the Northern Territory one of the least densely populated places on Earth. 80% of the Northern Territory population live in or around Darwin. 80%. So there you go. The other biggest town is Alice Springs, obviously, but yeah. Alright, so that's me for this morning. I'm gonna clean up and hit the road. So about 4 hours on the road this morning, or today, and into Katherine. I'm at the Riverview Caravan Park. It's a g'day park, quite a nice park. Yeah, so came in, set up, and did some washing, got everything ready to go, and yeah. Had a bit of an issue with unhooking this today. I couldn't find a bloody lock and screw for the jockey wheel, but I found a bolt, so let's fix that. It's quite a shady camp, as you can see. so I'm going to end this video here, and the next video will just be about Katherine, essentially. Even though I'm only here a couple of days, I thought I would break it up a bit, because after Katherine I'll start heading down the Stewart Highway. So we'll end it here, and